Welcome to the show. Today we're cleaning a runway light. It's an MB1 Alpha type, Mil L26990 for all you technical types. It's an approach/threshold light that was used in military bases throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I salvaged this light, among others, off of a military base in Florida, and I got permission from the base manager to clean up the junk pile, and I could keep whatever lights weren't broken or cracked. This was in the early 2000s, and I'm finally getting around to cleaning one up. According to the handbook for air-filled lighting, this light uses a 500 watt, 20 amp Q20 Alpha /T20/3 lamp. Now that's a mouthful. Did I say it had 500 watts? 500 watts. This is an approach light, or specifically a threshold light. And it marks the edges of a runway, just where to put the wheels down, or let you know when you're running out of runway and you got to pull the nose up. Who never knew cleaning a light could be so much fun, huh? Sit back, enjoy the tunes, and watch me as I turn this little dirty birdie into one clean looking light. Oh yeah. On a serious note, this light was part of the airfield safety, strictly regulated and depended on by aviators for many decades. This is a listing of some of the squadrons and aircraft types that would have flown in and around this light. Many of these pilots and aircrew have passed on, where this light was used probably way back in the 60s. Some of these crews flew long hours, desperately trying to find the airfield at night in bad weather. Maybe the aircraft wasn't working right. Maybe they're literally fighting for their lives. I hope to bring a little bit of remembrance to their sacrifice. This video is dedicated to those brave professionals. It's just a joy to me to have this light shine again. And I appreciate you being a part of it. found it hard to believe that rubber seal was still intact, but it was perfect without a scratch. More than I could say for the paint. That white globe that covers the colored lenses was molded in such a way that it uses Fresnel technology. Fancy word that might be French for meaning it directs the light. Actually bends the beam of light horizontally, makes it travel farther. Same kind of technology is used in lighthouses back in the day. The 500 water right there. Wonder what I'm going to do with that thing. Taping off the serial plates, I brushed off as much of the paint as I could and gave them a good coating of paint stripper. I can tell these light housings have been painted over before. The cheaper canned yellow spray paint came off quite easy, but the original yellow paint was difficult to come off. So I let the paint thinner sit for a while. Took all the lenses and the globe inside, gave them a nice shampoo. Using a putty knife, I scraped off as much of the old paint as I could. This was kind of back-breaking work in the hot sun. So I moved into the shade a little bit, and I started using a steel brush, a screwdriver, and water to get the rest of the paint off. After I got as much as I could off with the putty knife, I went out back and used the sanding block. It did a pretty good job. And now they're ready for painting. I made sure I wiped them down with alcohol, get all the grease off and any leftover dust. And the paint I used was just a regular store-bought gloss yellow. Outdoor paint. Seemed to work fine. Paint went on pretty well. There they are, nice and clean, ready to be put back together and brought to life. The colored lenses turned out really nice. These are extremely fragile. The glass is actually colored. That's not a film that's been applied. The whole glass is that color. And there's the Fresnel globe I was telling you about. Got a little bit of overspray on that one. I'll have to fix that. I guess my taping job wasn't all that great. But I'm pretty happy with the paint job. I'm sure it'll look fine. I'm not going to use the original lamp, as it requires way too much power, and I'm afraid it might just blow up or something. So I bought a bunch of pieces off of Amazon that I think will work well. The light bulb is one of those fancy LED types, and it's dimmable. I used an adapter to get the diameter right for the light bulb, and it also put the light bulb up a little higher, which is good. It made it shine a little better through the globe. There, that looks much better. The stand, the lamp, and the flange, everything I bought right off of Amazon, and I didn't need to cut anything or really build anything. I had to drill a couple holes in the flange to hold the light housing to it. But other than that, it was pretty much plug and play. Of course, I did have to cut the light wire, fish it up through there. It just so happens the light fixture fits right in the hole of that light housing. That center hole is going to be for the wire, and that flange is held down by 4 small screws. The flange is plastic, but it's pretty heavy duty. And after making sure that my wire's lined up, after installing a couple screw-on electrical connectors and a little bit of electrical tape, the light was back together again. Got some fancy super glue type stuff. Just put that around the edges where it touched. Seemed to hold the lamp in place just fine. On goes the platform. Had to put a hole through the plastic flange. That's where the screw goes to hold the housing to the flange. And that worked fine. There's another screw that holds the upper light housing to the bottom part. Turned out pretty good. Little last minute wipe down, get any fingerprints off of there. These are just little clips that screw on. Made sure not to put them too tight. Don't want to put too much pressure on those lenses. Just enough to hold them down. This globe was held on by 2 clips, but sometimes they're screwed on. And there she is, shining again. I think it turned out great. Let me know what you think in the comments. I sure do appreciate you joining me. And think about those old aviators.